Hey, I just wanted to clarify, just from a coaching perspective. Obviously, we had Teddy in a limited capacity today. We'll monitor him day to day and see if he's able to go on Sunday. We'll see how he responds to today's work tomorrow. And I probably won't say too much more other than that. As Bruce said, we don't expect Christian this week. We expect him to be out. We expect Russell Okung to be out, and really expect Dante Jackson to be out. So we'll get those guys, their backups going at those different positions, and go from there. So just wanted to give that update, and I'll turn over to questions.
Well, that answers the first thing I have with Teddy. I kind of want to go off the beaten path for a second, if you don't mind. A lot of people in Charlotte are talking about the Hornets draft tonight. Are you going to keep an eye on that tonight? And I'm interested if you've ever had a two-way player, someone you've coached in your past who's played both football and basketball, that stands out.
So Coach Borrego's been great to me since I've been here. So I'm excited and supportive of him and of them. So I absolutely will keep an eye out. I'll probably leave the TV on, in the background while I'm working. I've had when I was at Baylor, I had Obim Okike, who was playing for us and then went over and helped them out because they had some injuries after the season my first year, and then ended up continuing to play basketball. I had Ish Wainwright, who was a very successful basketball player at Baylor, and we convinced him to come out and play football after his last year, and he did, and then went overseas and played basketball in Europe. And then when I was at Baylor, I had several. I think last year I had 4 or 5 guys that were track athletes that were running track. I mean, I had Kalen Barnes. I mean, he practiced in a 2-hour full scrimmage one Saturday, and then showered, walked over to the track, and ran like 10.4 in a meet. I mean, just some really special track athletes. So I've had some track athletes and a couple basketball athletes. And when I was at Temple, I had Connor Riley, who played baseball and football. So I've had a baseball player as well.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, let's go to Scott Fowler and then Josh Klein.
Hey, Matt. Understanding with Teddy, you're not quite sure how that's going to work out. How are you going to split the reps this week? And are you leaning toward Will Greer or PJ Walker if Teddy can't go?
I felt like this because we didn't have a preseason, and because Will hasn't had a chance to get the 2 games that the games that Will's been up, he hasn't gotten in. The games that PJ's up, he hadn't gotten in, and then when he's gotten up, he's been in some pretty dire circumstances, tough circumstances. In terms of having to bring the team back. I felt like, and I think our coaches felt like it would be a good opportunity to see them both this week during practice. So we feel like we can get 2 guys ready with the way that we practice. So we've been just splitting the reps. And if Teddy can go, I think this will give us real clarity as to who the number 2 should be. And if he can't go, then hey, it's pretty clear who the starter is. And so we've just been kind of splitting the reps from one period to the next, and trying to get more reps this week, obviously, so that we can in fact split the reps. When they're running scout looks of things that Detroit does, that we're calling them in our language and making those like team reps. So we're trying to really get a lot more of those. So we'll do that. We did it at least today. We'll see if it's clear today. If not, we might continue to do it tomorrow, and everything else will be based off of walkthroughs and meetings and all those things. So I think the good thing is, as I've said all along, is we feel really confident in both guys. We feel like they can go out there and play at a high level, and we're hopeful that Teddy can go, but if not, we want to give them both a fair opportunity this week to show what they can do.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Matt, with Dante not expected to play, do you expect that absence might linger longer than just the week? And also, I'd imagine if he's not going to play, Troy Pride will get a fair amount of reps on the outside, as he has all season. What have you seen from him in terms of growth? Because, as a 4th-round pick, you didn't expect him to be in there week 1, I would imagine, and he was. And now that we're 10 weeks in, do you see a difference in his play?
Well, I mean, we thought because of the situation, we thought there was a chance when we drafted him. Hey, we needed someone that was mature enough and mentally tough enough that could play. I think, really for Dante, we just said, hey, what we've been doing is, he practices, he gets in the game. He's trying so hard. He can't go. He goes for a while, he can't go. And then Troy kind of has to jump in the game and play. And, when Troy's had weeks where he's known he's a starter all week and gone in and played, I think he's approached it really well. He's had a good confidence about him. So we just said, let's approach it that way. Let's tell him he's the starter. Let's give him the whole week. Let's give Dante a chance to, rest his foot for a couple days. And then, if something changes and he can go, he feels great by Sunday, then great. But if not, at least Troy goes in and he knows, hey, this is my chance to play. And so I see Troy doing a lot of things with improvement. I think I see him getting better and better and better as the year's gone on. We faced some really good players and some really good quarterbacks, and we've been playing more and more and more man each and every week. And so he's got the microscope certainly on him, but I think he's developing. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up big plays. He doesn't give up explosive shots. For all the things right now that we're trying to improve on defense, we're kind of in the middle of the pack in the NFL in terms of points allowed. So we're not getting off the field the way we want. We gave up way too many yards this past game, but we're kind of holding the points down to a degree and giving ourselves a chance to win. And I think Troy, with a week of practice, with the week knowing, hey, I'm going to be the starter, I think he'll have the right approach and focus heading into this game and play well.
Matt, if I could follow up real quick. Oh, sorry, Preston. You said you guys have been playing more man recently. Is there, not without giving too much away, what's been the reason for that? Has it just been not that inability to get off the field, or has it been a lack of pass rush? What's kind of led to that switch to more man?
Just trying to find ways to get off the field on third down and playing some really, really creative offenses. We sat in zone a little bit more early in the year. Really, I mean, since the Arizona game, we haven't gotten off the field on third down, right? Arizona, I think we held them to 33%. So we've been trying to play more and more man to get off the field. It's led to the same result. It hasn't been any better, but we have done that as just sort of as a way to try to resolve it. So we've 8-man dropped. We played zone. We've done all those different things. And you guys have asked me. You guys have done a great job. You've asked me, hey, why don't we have more sacks? Why are we dropping 8? We've just tried to utilize a bunch of different things. And so I think if you go back through the course of those questions, you'll see like we've tried to evolve. And what's happened is down in the red zone, we've gotten off the field on third down and held people to field goals as the field has shrunk. It's just up the field. We haven't done it. We haven't gone off the field on third down. And so that'll be no different this week. And so it's just been more just trying to find a way to get off the field. And I think last week was an example of it was probably our best game on first down. On second down, too often we got down to 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. And if you're third and 4 or less and you don't play man, if you're playing zone, people are going to pick you apart. So trying to play man, trying to get off the field, that's really just kind of a long answer.
Let's go to Jonathan Alexander, followed by David Newton.
Hey, Matt. Hope you're well. Did I hear correctly in you saying Dante Jackson, you all are just sitting him to see how it responds to rest? Did I hear that correctly?
What I said was,
or possibly sitting him because of rest.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to sit him down for a couple of days, but not really rest. I mean, we have to let it heal, so I guess that's the same thing, but not, I mean, he's got, he's got a toe that just needs, that has not responded to everything else. So we're going to see if just letting it settle down helps. So I guess the rest would be the right term.
And also wanted to ask, I guess when you first, got this job and you looked at the film on different players, Brian Burns being one of them, has he at all exceeded expectations, or is he exactly what you saw as far as his potential?
I think Brian's doing a really nice job of developing. I mean, he's a second-year player that was he was a 3-4 outside backer last year. We've converted him into a defensive end. I think he affects the quarterback. He plays hard in the run game. He's got a wealth of potential to continue to chase down. But yeah, I mean, I think he's developed from where I first saw him, especially the way in which he plays the run game. So I like his toughness. He's rarely hurt. He's plays through the bumps and bruises. He's got a tough mindset, and as smart a player as we have, really an introspective guy, and I like coaching him.
Hey, Matt, I got a couple of questions. The first, just I want to clarify. On Monday, you said that nothing had changed with Christian that make you think he wouldn't be ready this week. What changed between Monday and today?
He and the doctor said he wouldn't be ready, probably.
So you don't.
What's that?
You need to unmute yourself.
So no setback there, or?
Yeah, I mean, I would call it a setback in that I thought maybe he'd be ready, and he's not. But I just think it's just part of the the healing process. As I got to, even on Monday, I had hoped that he would play, and then Monday night into Tuesday, Kevin just said, hey, they didn't feel like he was going to be able to go. And so I don't know when it'll be, I don't know if it'll be this week. I don't know if it'll be next week. I'm not sure. I just think it's one of those things where no one knows their body better than Christian. And so whenever he feels like he can go and the guys and the doctors feel like he can go, then we'll be ready.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you on the backups, and you said you want to maybe get clarity for who's number two. How important, if say that happens, is this not just for this year, but for next year, knowing if you need to go after a backup quarterback in the draft?
Well, I have no doubt that these guys are good enough to be a number two. That being said, I mean that you don't really know about a quarterback till you get them out there, right? Until they go play. So I think like everyone else, we're worried about right now. We're trying to win right now, but for all the young players, this is a chance when they get out there. Like Chris Orr was activated off the practice squad last week as a linebacker, and he went out and played. Like it's a chance for him to put on tape for us to see, hey, I can do this. I can. Rodney Smith was activated off the practice squad last week. I think it was his first carry. I'm not sure. He gets a 10-yard gain. I mean, hey, I can do this. So I think every opportunity those guys have to go in games, they can show us. Me, Marty, the coaching staff, the personnel staff. Hey, this is my ability level. This is my production level. This is what I can do, and it's invaluable reps for them. While at the same time, hopefully, giving us a chance to go win this game.
Guys, we only have time for 3 more, so let's go to Elena and then Brett Jensen, finish with Joe Person.
Hey, Matt, a couple quick ones. First, with Russell, you expect him to not play again Sunday. Where are you kind of at with left tackle? Are you letting them kind of practice it out this week, or what's your expectation there?
I thought Trent Scott played well last week. Johnny Miller went down in the last game, so Dennis, started the game at right guard a couple weeks ago. I think it was Atlanta. So we'll see if Johnny's able to come back. If not, we would probably play those two guys in those two positions.
And then I was curious, I know you have more of a, you've known PJ for longer, but more specifically on Will and PJ, what has stood out to you for each of them this year? Have they improved in certain areas, or what kind of has stood out more individually for each of them to you? Yeah,
I think they've both improved a ton. And just like I have history with PJ, I have history with Will. I've seen Will, play in college twice, against him. I know the type of competitor that he is. I see them, I've seen them, in a short amount of time without OTAs or anything grow in our system. I see the competitive nature of each one of them. I see the way that they affect their teammates. I see their preparation level. They both have great arms. So I have confidence in both of them.
Matt, I'm curious. I know college is different from the pros, but every time it seems Curtis Samuel touches the ball as a running back, something big happens or something positive happens. Has there been thought of putting him back there at the tailback position in absence of Christian McCaffrey, maybe even more than Mike Davis?
Is that good? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I think we've tried to utilize him to a degree. At the same time, we don't want him to, take, he's not 215, 220 pounds, which if you think about a receiver on a good day, they have 8 or 9 catches. That's a pretty big day for them. At tailback, you're between the tackles and you're taking 20, 21, 22. So I think the metric for us, the thought process for us has been like, hey, get him touches at the tailback position in certain times, in certain places. But let's at the end of the day, he's a really good receiver as well. He's a key to our offense. He's great on third down. He controls the middle of the field. We can't lose him there. So when we, carried him a bunch of times in the Falcons game, then he was out for the Bears game, and so we want to give him just enough, right? And we got a lot of confidence in Mike. Mike's played well, so it's just, I think, a matter of giving him enough reps, but not too many reps where we don't hurt our production at the receiver position.
Good to Joe Person to wrap it up.
Hey, Matt, just 2 things. It sounds like you're a little more open-ended now on Christian's timeline. I mean, do you still anticipate seeing him back this season?
I anticipate him seeing him back this season, yes.
And then on Will Grier, the fact that you guys, obviously before you got here, but had invested a draft pick in him, is there any more onus on getting a look at him? Is that a conversation that you and Marty have?
I have, to me, where people were drafted or selected, that affecting your decision making is what ruins organizations. You owe it to the team and the players to play the guys who practice the best and play the best. And if you drafted right, then they'll be out there. And so Will has deserved to have a chance to play. It just hasn't timed out right for him. He's practiced really well and prepared really well. We could go the whole year with Will not getting in the game, and I would know exactly what we have with him because I see it day in and day out. So I have no doubt about what he can do. He just has to go out and do it right when the time comes. But to me, I think the minute the guys in the locker room say, well, he's playing this guy because he was drafted, or if he playing this guy because he has history with him, if that's true, I mean, people can think those things, but if that's true, you erode the competitive aspect of the team. And so I try to go off of what I see, and I try to go off the tape, and I try to go off the practice and the meetings and that's at every position. And if that means that we start an undrafted rookie, then we do. If it means that we start a veteran player, then we do. I think if you do that long enough and over the years, people will understand that we want to be a competition-based place, and so the guys who practice and play the best go. And but I want to make sure I say it again. I think Will's going to be. I think Will has a fantastic future, and if he plays this week, I have no doubt that he can play well and help us win.